All right, guys, it's story time. My nose is so stuffy, so yeah. Once upon a time, I was at a nearby mega church. I'm not gonna say the name of the church because in this case, the church wasn't at fault. It wasn't like what I'm about to tell you was their fault. So basically, I left the service and I went out to like this sitting area. There was a bunch of couches and I had a cool song idea. So I went on my phone and I started typing stuff and I see this like, I guess, how old was he? Like 36-ish looking guy. He's really tall. He's wearing like a blue stripy white shirt and he's sitting across from me. So there's a couch here, I'm on the couch, and then there's a sofa, little chair thing here, and he's sitting on the sofa. So I sit down and I know a lot of people in this church, so I'm assuming that he's like one of my friends' dads or just like any dad because there's a lot of dads at this church. After 5 minutes of sitting down, he asked me what I was doing and I was like, oh, I'm just typing and like typing a song. And he's like, oh, so you're a songwriter? And I was like, yeah, what about you? Like, what do you do? And he was like, well, I go hunting and camping. And honestly, I was like, oh, I'm not shocked. He looked like the type of guy that would do hunting and camping. So when I said that I might be going camping and spring break, he asked me if I was going with my family, my friends, or my boyfriend. I said probably my friends and a little bit of my family, because like Lily or something. And I remember him going, oh, so do you not have a boyfriend? And then I said, no, I don't. And then he said, why not? And I was like, I don't really have time to get involved with like a big relationship. And then at this time, obviously I started to like, my head started to turn. I kind of like turned my phone off and like sat up straight and I was like, no, I don't have a boyfriend. And it started to just get weird. Like the energy was just, he gets up from his little chair, he comes over and he sits on the couch right next to me. I was like, oh, this is so weird because no person is going to be intrigued by the fact that I don't have a boyfriend and then come over and sit down. Like it was just weird. So he sits down and he goes, did you know that I'm actually super busy? So we'd be perfect for each other. Full body chills. Imagine an old grown man saying that you guys would be perfect for each other. It was so awkward. My heart was beating so fast, so I was just kind of like, what do I say? What do I say? So I literally just go, oh, I don't think so. Luckily at this moment, my friend texts me. She goes, do you know him? So I look over and my friend is sitting on a table like very close to the sofa's area. And so I text her, no, help me. My friend then calls me over. She's like, Annie, come here, look at this meme. And so I get up and I'm like, oh, bye, it was nice to meet you. I don't know why I'm still being nice to this guy. And my friend is like, what the heck? I've literally seen that guy with like 5 other young girls today. He needs to not be on this campus. Luckily, the friend that called me over was actually really good friends with the security guards of this church. Cause like I mentioned, it's a mega church, so they have lots of security guards everywhere. She calls one of the security guards over and she's like, hey, this guy is talking to my friend. He said that they'd be perfect for each other. He's asking weird questions. And luckily the security guards immediately didn't hesitate. I think we went outside. They ended up making him leave campus. And I think they said that like, if he ever comes back, you know, something, he's not allowed back. But it was just so surreal because it was like, I was in my own area, in my own head, in my own space. And then this like random guy just intrudes on my life and comes in and he's like, do you have a boyfriend? And I'm all just like, it's like at a church, no one is gonna see an old guy talking to a young girl and think it's suspicious because there's friends, they're all young adults, everyone really knows each other. So that type of case can be dangerous. Another time that something kind of creepy has happened was I was at my local mall. It was the Woodlands Mall. So if any of you guys have been to the Woodlands Mall, just be mindful. This one wasn't as serious, but it was more of just like a gut feeling and like a instinct of like, I need to not be here anymore. So basically I was at Jamba Juice. I was with Lily and Hope, and then Hope and Lily decided to go up to Great Raps, which is like upstairs and stuff. So they left me. I was at Jamba Juice waiting for my acai bowl, which ended up being very good, by the way. There was 2 kiosks, one in front of me and then one beside me. One of the workers was, I think, probably Hispanic, and then one of them was white and had like ginger hair and like a lot of freckles. While I was waiting for my acai bowl, I turned my back so I could see the kiosk in front of me. The 2 guys started communicating with each other like with almost sign language, but like I don't know sign language, I don't know what they were saying, but they were like doing weird hand motions and like really locked eyes with each other, even though they were so far apart from each other. I remember they were like looking at me while they were talking, then they would look back at each other. It was so creepy. It was so creepy. So my heart instantly dropped. It was just like I said, it was like a gut feeling, the way that they were talking as soon as my friends left me. And also I've heard a lot of stories about people getting kidnapped at this certain mall. So then then there's this one. This one is just straight up creepy, but honestly, it felt the least creepy because I was so mindful of what was happening when it happened. So this next one happened to me at Willowbrook Mall. I was shopping for my Streamies dress. I think I actually vlogged a little bit of this when it happened. But basically, I walked into a Macy's, I went up the elevator, and I walk very fast. Like, all of my friends will tell you, I walk very, very fast. My mom was way behind me. She was on the phone, and she was like walking really slow. Like, you know when moms have their phone and they're like typing and they're just... So I went straight up to the juniors' dresses, and this really tall guy comes over to me and he's like, hey, how are you? How old are you? So I was thinking that this guy, because he was probably 18, 19, that he maybe, I guess, thought I was cute or something and wanted to like get my number and talk to me, because I can look around 16 depending on what I'm wearing or my makeup or something. When he asked me how old I was, I go, I'm 13, sorry. And so instead of him being like, oh, never mind, which is what I thought was gonna happen, he stayed around and he was like, so what school do you go to? And I was like, well, I'm actually homeschooled. And then I just remember me starting to like, as we were talking, I was like thinking, and I was like, why is this person still talking to me? What? So then I called my mom. This is when I started to kind of freak out a little bit. While he was just standing here talking to me, I didn't really care. I started calling my mom and I was like, hey mom, where are you? Then she said that she was at the top of the escalator. So I basically was like, here, come with me. Like, let's go over here. We started walking over. He kept asking me small talk questions like, what's your favorite color? Like that type of things. Do you have a dog? How many family members do you have? Small things like that. We walk over to the escalator, and when we get to like the top of the escalator, he sees my mom. I go, hey mom, and then this guy literally sprints away. Oh, it was so weird. It was just so creepy. But moral of the story is like, you know, you're not safe everywhere that you think you would be, especially in like a mall or a church. You need to be mindful all of the time. Obviously, don't live in fear where you're just like, somebody's gonna kidnap me today. But you have to be ready. That's why I own a pepper spray.
Hey, renegade.
As a field trip for this video, we're going to actually go take a boxing class. Why are we taking it? Because the world is a scary place.
We want some self-defense. You know, we want to know that we can walk around and we can easily punch someone.
Comment down below if you guys have taken a fighting class or do fighting. I've never really...
Watch everyone in the comments be like, I'm like a bodybuilder.
Subscribe to this
channel.
Of
course. I'm nervous I'm gonna look dumb. Like everyone's gonna be like, okay, do this, and I'm gonna be like...
This is so weird. I'm ready to like punch some stuff with my muscles.
I saw it in the movies. Like I watched the Rocky movies, and I would always see them wrapping their hands and stuff, but I didn't know you actually did it.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, why?
I'm just kidding. No, it was funny because it literally took like 10 minutes each hand to wrap it.
I was like,
so
oh wow. It was like a 20-foot thing, and they wrapped it, and so your knuckles then don't get all broken and
But
gross.
it felt so... Oh, they're sweaty.
Oh, no. Nice and moist.
Okay, what do we do? When we started putting the gloves on, I was like, oh, this is actually happening. Those were sweaty.
Gross, and we were like...
I just put my hand in, and it was like my hand was being baked in a sauna.
It was like moist.
Other humans. It was so nasty.
That's it.
Ow!
So I started feeling like more powerful.
The first exercise that we did, I actually really liked. Like going into it, I was so nervous, but then when we actually started doing it, I was like, wait, this is kind of fun.
Here's the second part.
I like this a lot.
I need to pull up my pants, but I can't.
We kept doing just like straight up boxing, and we went outside and we did like our drills.
Oh my gosh, those were so funny.
Look like this. Bring your head back to your face, sir.
Pull them up.
Stop. Go. Go.
I'm breathing really hard. I feel great.
Yeah. Powerful.
With the help of my pepper spray, like,
yeah, like fight me.
I just felt good to be like moving and working out, but at the same time, if I had any pent up anger, it's so easy. I could just get it out. And you're punching an inanimate object.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I can't do it. I thought I had good rhythm, but no. This is like my attacker's head.
After I was breathing hard, my shoulders actually in between and my lats are kind of sore.
I don't think I did it hard enough.
You each.
Oh, see, I went really hard. Like I did the kicking and I did push-ups and everything.
You gotta just keep going. Okay, I'm done.
You should do a boxing class. Honestly, I should start boxing because it was a good workout.
I wouldn't do it again, but it was really fun.
Guys, comment down below if I should box. I just wanted to kind of give PSA, like be safe, be aware of your surroundings, and go fight. Go fight, win. Follow both of us on Instagram. Yes. Do you have anything else to say?
Ooh.
No?
No, that was my save.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that. That was
You're
good.
welcome.